Hi everybody! Find out why I have all these Christmas tree trimmings. Find out how Kevin and Ava are getting on the farm this week. We'll have a very quick tour of the perennial garden, and then we have lots of updates about the self-sufficiency challenge, how the flower farm is going, and some chores and maintenance on the farm too. And I am having a week of small wins. This is the branches of the Christmas tree that was up in my small village. It's had all the branches taken off, and I've got those for my pigs. They will enjoy eating that. So a lot of people have done videos about recycling Christmas trees. The ultimate recycle for me is feeding my pigs. They will eat the bark and the leaves, and it is a natural deterrent for worms. It doesn't replace worming or testing for worms, but it certainly helps. Kevin and Ava really have been enjoying the leftover Christmas trees, but as well as being wonderful companions and ever so loving on the farm, they do create some work. As you can see here, we've got a running repair to do on the ark as Ava has pushed the end of the ark out. She's very powerful and strong. And the other thing that these two lovely pigs have done is a chomp on the end panel around their door there. So that's actually teeth marks, and they've even bitten through this 2x4 chunk of wood. Now, I am absolutely privileged, and they are very loving pigs, but you have to remember at all times that these pigs have powerful jaws and teeth. They're in excess of 100 kilos and they are solid. They could very easily harm you, and so although it looks really loving and I am very lucky with the pigs, at all times you have to be aware of where they are, what they're doing, what the temperament is, and that you're handling them safely. Well, that's all there is from Kevin and Ava this week. Let's go over to the perennial garden and have a look at some of the trees I planted this winter. So, the perennial garden from the bottom gate, this is my bottom swale and berm. It's the area I'm going to leave as lawn. These are all the new beds that I made this autumn and winter. They're quite bare because it is the winter, as I say. They've all been mulched really thoroughly with lots of leaves and chopped up organic matter. I have put a lot of fruit trees in this winter, so let's take a little look at those. And after that, we will then take a look, because I have finally completed the last section of the willow-dome too. Have put in a fair few trees since the lambs broke in and ate the ones that I had already planted there. I've put 7 in so far this winter, and there are a few that I think will survive. There is a cherry coming up in a minute, and you'll note the damage on the trunk in a moment. I'll point that out. This next tree there, where they ripped a branch off, but I hope that that one makes it, and the quince I think has made it. The last thing that I've done in the permaculture garden is complete the willow dome, and some of the earliest planted willow is starting to put on little furry buds. Welcome back. Going to have a quick update about the self-sufficiency project, where I only consume produce from the farm and things that I have traded for produce from the farm. I have exciting news about my challenge for self-sufficiency during 2026, starting 1st of March. I have found a farmer near me who will swap my eggs for milk from his cows. I also have a trade in the pipeline for some honey. I also have some of my winter sowings have started to sprout, and I have also taken care of my sweet peas so that my flower farm will be full of flowers this summer. Okay, 2 jobs today. So I'm trimming the sweet peas and nipping out the tops, but I also have seeds that I collected. So I shall be sowing those in the cells that have failed. There are quite a few of the Leamington sweet pea, which is disappointing, because that was a new variety I picked up this year, and also the Beaujolais sweet pea. Again,
Those I bought in New this year and they haven't done very well. The save seed from perennial and from Breakcord, my friends Barney and Vicky there, have all done tremendously well, so I'm not going to be short of sweet peas, and I'm going to save some extras. Let's nip out tops first.
So I am nipping out the tops. You can use scissors or you can just pinch the tops out, and I'm taking them back so they have their seed leaves and their first true set of leaves, and then everything above that I'm taking out. That will make the plants much bushier and healthier, and these ones are quite leggy, so they really do need it. And I will nip around and do that to all the seedlings that are there in these trays. And here I am sowing some more seeds in the cells that failed. My deliberate mistake is that I failed to pre-soak the seeds. I should have put them in a cup of water the night before, but needs must. I'm going to get them in and hopefully they'll come up. If not, I do have plenty more seed, and this time if I do it again I will remember to soak them. Now I just poke a hole, pop the seed in, 2 seeds per cell, and job's done. Here's a quick montage of some of the jobs that I have been doing on the farm this week. You might have noticed some of my previous videos that my windbreak had blown down quite often. So one of the jobs I've done this week, while I had the time, was to take apart several pallets and use strips of wood and screw those in. It's much more secure and sturdy than the staples, and it's only temporary until the hedgerow grows up around the edge, and that hopefully will protect my perennial garden a bit more from the wind. Stopping to show you my soil because although it is very heavy clay, it is quite fine and workable, and I enjoy growing in it. I find that it's very fertile. Now my harvest was a very small for the Jerusalem artichokes, which is not surprising because the lambs ate the plants down to the ground at least twice during the summer, and any harvest is a bonus. Now I've harvested a whole bucket with goat willow in, because I put goat willow along here, but as you can see when Kevin had scoped, he helped, I think is how he used to use it, and there are a few that are damaged and a few that are missing, so I'm going to come along here and poke in. There's some missing here. Like nice goat willow there, and then there's a gap here, so I'm just going to go along and pop some more in the gaps. Well, it is a wet and dreary day here at Muddy Puddles farm. I am here though to remind you that it will be warm and toasty and full of fun on Friday evening, the 16th of January at 7 p.m. on my live stream, which I will be doing from my toasty warm studio. Hope to see you there.